Today was the moment Mark Carney's UAE trip turned into something historic. What was meant to be a routine second day in Abu Dhabi became a global spectacle, the kind of moment that tells you just how dramatically Canada's place in the world has shifted under Carney. Because today, Carney didn't just meet officials, he didn't just talk investment, he didn't just hold diplomatic meetings. He was welcomed as a state guest at the UAE's biggest mosque. And the entire UAE press corps scrambled to capture every moment. Cameras, reporters, photographers, all rushing to get the perfect shot of him. Why? Because Carney has become that kind of global figure, a world leader whose presence commands attention, whose moves matter, and whose leadership is being watched far beyond Canada's borders. But that was only half the story, because shortly after that majestic tour, Carney signed a brand new investment protection agreement with the UAE president, exactly as we predicted yesterday. This is not symbolic. This is not nice to have. This is Carney rewriting Canada's global economic future in real time. Let's break it down. Carney's second day in the UAE began with something no Canadian leader has achieved in decades. He met with top government officials, including the UAE's industry minister, followed by an in-person meeting with the president of the United Arab Emirates. This was the first Canada-UAE leader-level bilateral meeting in 42 years, a gap that speaks volumes about how long Canada let this relationship stagnate. That era ended today. Coming out of that meeting, the Prime Minister's office confirmed that Carney and the UAE president had signed a new foreign investment protection agreement. This agreement is monumental. It guarantees a predictable and secure environment for Emirati capital to flow into Canada. Capital from sovereign wealth funds that control more than $1 trillion globally. This means future megaprojects in Canada will have a financial foundation. It means ports, mineral operations, LNG facilities, and infrastructure can now be backed by deep-pocketed partners. It means Canada no longer has to whisper at the global investment table. It can speak loudly. Carney didn't just secure an agreement today. He opened a new economic corridor. The UAE deal is only half the story. Carney revealed that Canada has now entered full-scale free trade talks with the United Arab Emirates, a move that is explicitly tied to Donald Trump's trade war and the economic uncertainty he is creating. Carney knows Trump has turned the U.S. into an unreliable partner. Tariffs, threats, trade freeze, unpredictability. For Carney, diversification is no longer an ambition. It's a survival strategy. The negotiations launched today aim to lower tariffs, reduce extra barriers, expand market access, boost Canadian aerospace, mining, engineering, and food exports, and open the UAE's capital to Canadian megaprojects. Carney is building an economic shield, a network of partners that protect Canada from Trump's volatility, and today was the biggest step yet in that direction. According to the reports, the UAE is preparing to invest billions of dollars into Canada's most strategic sectors. These include energy infrastructure, major port expansions, critical mineral projects, and liquefied natural gas development. This is not short-term investment. This is long-term partnership capital that transforms national economies. For years, Canada struggled to attract major sovereign wealth funds. Today, that changed. Under Carney, Canada isn't just open for business. It is actively creating new lanes of investment security that global powers are eager to use. This is how countries build strength. This is how middle powers rise. And Canada is rising. Then came the moment that made headlines. Carney visited the UAE's biggest mosque, one of the most photographed, architecturally stunning landmarks in the Middle East. This moment was significant for two reasons. First, the UAE allowed the Canadian media to film during this mosque tour. Every other meeting, including the one with the president, was completely closed off. That alone signals how sensitive and strategic these discussions are becoming. Second, the reaction of the UAE press was overwhelming. They rushed toward him. They posted up for photos. They filmed relentlessly. As the footage captured, the energy around Carney felt almost presidential. It was a rare moment where the media wasn't covering a visit. They were covering a figure. Carney's remarks focused on unity, global harmony, and the mosque's symbolism. But the real symbolism was happening in the lenses of every camera trained on him. This was global recognition, the world signaling that Canada has stepped into a higher league. After the mosque tour, Carney moved into a series of private, high-stakes meetings. He met with multiple leaders of major sovereign wealth funds, the ones that deploy hundreds of billions of dollars across continents. He later attended a private dinner hosted by the UAE National Security Advisor. These discussions covered everything from technology and energy to regional security in the Middle East and Africa. These meetings are where real deals get made. They're not press conferences, they're not photo ops. These are the power sessions that shape global alliances. And Carney was in every room that mattered. Former Quebec Premier Jean Charest, speaking from the UAE, confirmed what many have suspected. This is the foreign policy Canada should have been doing decades ago, but never had the leadership or strategy to execute. Carney is not touring for optics. He is touring to rewire Canada's global economic alliances. Tariffs, trade wars, and Trump's hostility have forced Canada to evolve, and Carney is making sure it evolves upward. Canada isn't reacting anymore. It is pivoting. It is asserting. It is leading. Toward the end of the day, international trade experts summarize the biggest shift of all. The UAE sees Canada as a strategic partner, one that offers stable investment conditions, advanced technologies, defense sector expertise, aerospace capabilities, and a rapidly expanding market for agricultural exports. Meanwhile, Canada sees the UAE as a counterweight to U.S. volatility and a source of capital strong enough to fund nation-building projects. This is a perfect alignment of interests, and Carney is at the center of it.